about the guidelines and telling us not to cross the limit. Allah constantly mentioned there is a limit set by Allah.
Do you think we've crossed that limit?
Sometimes we cross. If I cut too much tree, and if the next year comes too much thunderstorm, who are we blaming?
Do you think we are there? Do you think we've crossed
No,
that
we,
limit?
we have many problems, many problems. Even the scientists are agreeing that we are not behaving well. And Islam comes from a moderation. It has a balance. It doesn't go any extreme. Allah said that you are the middle nation. Chose the middle path. Do not go either extreme. Even your worship, right? So we are not exaggerate. So even on so much degree that our dieting law was moderate as well. Like for example, Prophet peace be upon him, he used to eat one third full, one third water, and one third empty, and that is an ideal diet. And like when we go to the toilet, we clean ourselves with water. And many of them, like many convert to Islam, revert to Islam, they actually said when they washed the bum with the water, their first time they feel like clean. This is their own testimony. I'm not making it. So Islam is a total package.
Absolutely.
So it's not about talking about the faith. The Western understanding of from the Christian perspective that you have a faith and you have a life separate. No, Islam is not like that. Islam actually is the code of life. It tells you how to eat, how to sleep, how to drink. Even when I drink it, I say Bismillah.
For sure.
The reason why I said Bismillah, because we don't reflect about the water. Where did that water come from? So we say Bismillah, in the name of God, because the water I'm enjoying is not from me. I didn't create it. I don't own it. I didn't grow it.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate that, and
Yeah.
I
So
think
what's your take so far? Would you say Islam is something for you to accept it?
It wouldn't, because I'm not a woman of faith, and I don't. I was 100% respect
Yeah.
your faith.
Yeah.
No question.
No. I
But it
respect
is
that.
not something that is going to be my future. Because my belief and understanding of my relationship with our planet is situated in a different way. But we share huge common ground in that we respect moderation and balance.
Yeah.
And in order to salvage what we can for our planet, we need to respect that moderation and balance. But I think that we are going to struggle because the political and the economic infrastructure that we all exist within doesn't respect that moderation and balance.
Sorry.
Do you accept it could be an intelligent designer on the
So basically, the argument we go back. So, what do you think? What would be the third alternative option? Because if something cannot come from nothing, and when I say define nothing, I would say nothing doesn't exist in the reality. It's a term actually.
Yeah, because I'm not a scientist, okay?
No,
I don't know
I
the
think
details,
no,
but what I do understand is that energy cannot be created or destroyed.
But
It
in
is
the closed lead.
circular.
Yeah,
It
in
is
the closed
completely
lead.
circular.
So therefore,
Yeah.
the energy comes into existence in one point because it's in the closed lead.
Yes.
So therefore,
absolutely.
what we are saying, it's still actually indicating who brought everything into existence.
Absolutely.
So
And that is what thrills me, is that uncertainty. I am not going to say I'm gonna jump in I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna say this is what it is. I enjoy the uncertainty of it, and I respect people who go, I
shall
decided this, I decided
are you
that.
ready to do an exercise with me?
Maybe.
That will be an intellectual. Okay.
Okay,
So
intellectual. Yeah.
okay. Let's define this uncertainty. Okay. So we see this creation exists. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So that thing we are saying, you're not giving any name. Okay. That thing who brought everything into existence. Do you agree that being must have all knowledge?
We must have all knowledge.
No. This being.
designer.
I don't think there's a design. I think this is
I'll
it.
tell you why. I'll tell you why.
It's happenstance.
No.
It's perfect happenstance.
No. I think if you say perfect, this is called a blind belief.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when anyone says something, either has evidence or compelling reason to believe, or either blind belief. So what I am presenting you to the Quranic discourse, Allah is asking a question. This argument was not made by me. the creator of the heavens and the earth. Hear me out the full argument, and you will see the veracity of this argument and how strong, how intellectually stimulating for the mind of the people. Allah said, أم خلقوا من غير شيء أم هم الخالقون أم خلقوا السماوات والأرض بل لا يوقنون. So were they created by nothing, or are they the creator of themselves? Or rather, who created the heavens and the earth? Rather, they are not certain. So let me tell you why it's so profound. It didn't just tell that about the natural phenomena that you will definitely conclude that there is a maker. It also tells us those who reject it, they will have no certainty. So it also talking about the state of our mind as well.
Yeah.
So now, going back to what you believe now, how do you believe that?
You know,
Because my belief I've given you
Yeah.
on that point.
I am not shifted
Mm.
in my belief, but
Yeah.
I'm not here to negate
Mm.
your belief,
Mm.
and I'm not here to be converted to your belief.
Mhm.
I'm here because I love that we have a free space to discuss it.
I mean, that would be question. Would you not be open-minded to see? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I would be fair position would be okay if Islam makes sense rationally and with compelling evidence, then I would accept it. That would be a fair approach. Would you say that?
I 100% accept that your belief gives you nourishment and it gives you a frame for your life, and I respect that, and I don't negate it. I just think it's really fascinating for me to take on board other perspectives and to ponder it and to think on it. But ultimately, I don't feel like I need
Right.
to have.
Can I say something?
I don't need to have an ideology to move me through my
So,
life.
Can I say something?
so
Yeah, please do.
You see, uh, this is a belief, but now if you go to all astronomers and astrophysicists,
Yeah.
they all anonymously agnostic. They all believe there is
Not
a.
necessarily.
not
Not
true.
Shall I tell you why?
necessarily.
Shall I tell you why?
So I think let's stick with the reasoning we are doing. So
Shall I tell you why? Because they all unanimously say the universe comes from with mathematical laws. The mathematical laws are not random. It comes with the second law of the thermodynamic. So now questions how where that come from
Yeah,
this
I know.
mathematical
I know.
laws.
There's so
the,
many questions.
so the going back to question, then actually when we look at this argument, is indicating there must be something. And now we need to go back to if we look at the creation, and I want you to ponder upon this argument, right?
Okay.
So we look at the universe, it has demonstration of power. We see sun, we see moon, we see galaxies, we have millions of stars out there. It shows that in order to create all of those things, it requires powers. So the agent who created everything must have power. Do you agree?
If there is an
No, but
agent,
I said by default it leads there because you don't have another option.
I think that's
I have two options. So the two option here, the argument leads to there is something. Now I cannot say that something is nothing. If I identify him, I cannot say he's nothing. Okay?
he is something.
Yes, something.
Yeah.
Now when I bring the cap into here, it cannot come into existence by itself. It cannot come from nothing.
Of course.
Then who brings into the cap into existence? Me.
Yeah.
Because I bring you into existence.
Yeah.
Now, if you apply this method of thinking, now imagine I just crossed the road with two of you and suddenly showed you a car. And I said, the car said, car is from nothing. Would you believe me?
No, no, because
So
that's
now,
not true.
correct. Now,
If I may,
yeah,
except
please.
the car didn't always exist.
That's exactly.
It
So
was
that's
from
exactly my first
constituent
point.
parts.
That's exactly my first
Like
point.
molecules and atoms.
So exactly my first
That
point.
also applies to the universe.
Exactly. So what we are saying, the very simple thing, like verb, a doer, an action. When we see any action, we see a doer in.
Yeah.
That's how we think.
Yeah.
Now, the creator in the Quran addressing that keep the same standard when comes to thinking of the creator.
Yeah. No.
Now, if you think like normally, like everything has a cause, then the universe cannot come by itself. other than a maker. This is the simplest form without complicating the theory. Now, in order to reject, we have to be irrational. Because if someone is rational, he must believe in it. Do you see my point?
Yes.
So I am saying that what option we not take? We have a rational belief and irrational belief. And then my rational belief didn't just end here.
Yeah.
It come with compelling proofs and evidences. Like for example, the Quran. I don't know whether do you know about Quran?
No, but I'm
So the
just
Quran,
reading it. Yeah,
so the
yeah.
Quran is the only book in the face of the planet which has been memorized by millions and has been preserved from day one. And that is a sign that Creator didn't leave you alone without guiding you.
Exactly.
Look at the problem we are having in the society. Just we defining our own guidance, and we do not know our boundaries.
That is a different conversation. We are
But
talking. We've
yeah,
gone
let's
from
go back to
talking philosophy
yeah.
and
Let's
creation.
let's
But
go
look,
back to
so I'm gonna leave you now
yeah.
because I love having this conversation.
Stimulating
and I
conversation, yeah.
love that there is this space for us to
Absolutely.
connect as people and
Yeah.
have this conversation because it's lacking
But
in the world,
do you-
right? But I am not. I don't want to. I'm not here to argue you down on your beliefs, but also I'm not here
No,
for you to.
I think is
to convince me out of my.
I tell you why. I tell you why. I slightly disagree with respect.
Okay.
I have complete total respect for you, brothers and sisters. What I would say that there are truth and false. Not everything is truth and not everything is false. We need to identify what is true and false. Either this road exists or it doesn't. We cannot have an answer in middle.
It's true.
Right.
It's true.
Now, truth can be bitter.
Yeah.
Truth can make you disciplined. But because of discipline, I cannot deny the truth. That's my stance. Now, objectively, if you cannot deny this argument, I do not know cannot be applied. You know why? Because if you say I do not know where I'm going, then you do not go anywhere.
Yeah. Interesting.
Or you
And-
discover somewhere new.
Or you discover someone new along the way.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's also a blind belief. You know why? Because you are supposing that it would happen. How do you know that
Oh
happened?
my
Do you
God,
see?
It's fantastic.
That's a stimulating.
It's spiral and spiral and
No,
spiral.
no. The simple thing is very simple. I exist, creator exists. Simple thing is. Look at the face, color, tree, beauty. So the reason why we don't see God, but we see the sign of God. So if we look at all this creation, then just look at about ourselves, about the things that we receive in our daily life, free, oxygen, water, heartbeat, all of the things that we are enjoying free. Did we show gratitude? Just imagine, think about, did you give any gift to her birthday? Did you give any?
Of course.
Right. And what did she say? Thank you. At least minimum, right? And I'm 100% sure you've done it.
Minimum.
Minimum.
Minimum. Now just think about the creator who gives you this eyesight. If I give you £5 million for in exchange of your two eyes. Now, now
No, not even.
not even now,
No.
her own
Have you
admission.
seen his eyes?
Yeah, they're good.
Now, that shows your body, even your eyes is priceless. You cannot put a tag for your eye. Now just think about the one who given you free. Wanted, okay, I have given you enough. Now I'm going to take back the eye.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You shouldn't complain then. Did you see? Now, what do you need to do? At least say thank you. How to do? That's why God sent prophet and messenger to show gratitude. Because imagine I give you something and you don't say thank you to me. I would feel, neglected, right?
I'm grateful every day
No,
for.
but grateful towards who? Like if you get
Well, we're grateful to someone else.
no, I'm
But
saying
that's
no.
okay,
Imagine.
you know?
Let me demonstrate to you. My brother,
We're
my brother,
grateful to everything,
my brother,
to the universe,
my
right?
brother. My sister given me £5,000, and I start thinking, thank you, not you. Is that fair? Is that fair? It's not fair.
It depends
Because
on
no, you know what? Let me
depends on
tell
my-
you how
no,
why it's not fair.
It depends on my expectations.
No,
when I
but
give
then
it to you.
again, when we are talking about our daily life, how we act, suddenly we change our. When a human being help me, I say thank you. But when I receiving the help that human being cannot provide beyond the necessity of our understanding,
Yeah.
then I de-recognize and not worship or not showing gratitude,
I understand.
do you actually feel that you are a good person on
No,
that?
I understand. I do feel I'm a good person.
No,
But that's
I'm
because I
yeah.
frame,
No, no, no.
frame,
I'm
we
talking
frame
about
our
an
words in
argument,
different ways.
argument point of
Okay?
view. So what we are saying is, true gratitude would be on the right direction. Imagine I take in from you, I should show you some gratitude. So the Allah, the Creator, is saying, if you don't worship Him, it will not belittle Him or not increase Him in His status. But you will put yourself on the shoes of ungratefulness.
So are you saying that only the followers of Allah are good people?
No,
Because
no, 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 no,
unless you
no, 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 no,
demonstrate
no, no, no,
your
no, no, no,
gratitude to
no, 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 no,
Allah,
no. First of all, we have two layers of gratitude. One with the gratitude towards human being and gratitude towards our Creator. So there are degrees and rights to different people. For
okay,
example, what the Creator writes is to show gratitude. Creator doesn't need money. With your human being, they deserve your love, respect, and good behavior, right? So we have,
different level.
like
different levels. Okay,
vertical,
I understand.
vertical
Yeah,
and
yeah,
horizontal.
yeah.
So if you keep the vertical with people around you, but if you don't do the horizontal one, which is with God, then you actually half good.
Yeah,
But
okay.
when you do
Yeah,
both of them, you're totally good.
yeah, yeah.
And that is the totality of the salvation. Because
Yeah.
Allah saying that what happened to you, do you not see when you receive all those things, where is the gratitude?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You see?
And so, to bring it back to
Yeah,
where I was talking earlier about the climate change
yeah, yeah.
and the emergency and
But
how we are going to be facing that, like our children, our children's children are going to be facing a very, very, very unpleasant future. Do you feel that that is showing disgratitude to Allah?
so no, no. Look, like I mentioned, that Allah said in the Quran, "La tuqsurul mizan." He established a principle that He given you everything in balance, everything in shape,
Yeah, yeah.
and He is telling you not to break the balance. Means do not exaggerate, do not you waste it. Even our food
For
usage,
sure.
yes.
Yeah, he said.
So
So,
Allah said as well, لا يحب المسرفين.
so
He
do
doesn't
you?
like the excess. He doesn't
yeah,
like people who waste
So
because he will affect
So
yeah.
everything.
I've mentioned
on
to
that
him.
premises, in terms of the massive weight that the Islam faith has across the planet,
Yeah.
what do you think you can do, like as a faith-based community, right the way across the planet? What can you do
So
to
so
help us
so
solve the
basically,
problem?
basically, very simple. The divine guidance is to serve everything. First, number one, point number one, am I serving my own maker? Imagine if you die, your world is over. Doesn't matter how many millions people in the left in the world. Allah is telling about, I know how I made it. Do you know how I made it? Allah is asking the question.
But what is the within your faith? What can you do constructively to help
Right. Okay.
offset
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
remove?
No.
Can I?
Yeah, yeah.
I think what
Please.
the brother's saying is that
Yeah, yeah.
number one, primarily, you need to look after numero uno
Yeah,
as believers in a creator, your own salvation.
Yes.
Where are you?
okay,
Where
okay,
where are you going to go when you die?
yeah, yeah,
Because with all due respect, in most cases, you can do all the good in the world,
Yeah.
but if you don't believe in certain concepts and do certain things ordained by a creator, then they are in vain.
okay.
So it's about what you do for yourself.
But is there a
Number two,
collective aspect?
Yeah, there are collective awareness. For example, like we have something called zakat in Islam. Okay, give you one teaching. So my brother
Sorry to
Idris,
cut you off.
yeah, yeah, Idris. It's like
yeah, it's okay.
zakat. So what we take from rich, give it to the poor. Now imagine if all the rich people in the planet give 2.5% of their excessive wealth, 2.5% of their excessive income tax. Then we give it to spread out to the poor. What will happen? It will eradicate the poverty. Now, what you can do is become a Muslim and start paying 2.5%. So then it will serve.
True,
Yeah?
true.
Brother Idris, did I say
True.
wrongly?
But,
No.
but on a serious note, there's a lack of equity in the world.
Yeah.
So if we look at the developed nations, to a certain extent, they became developed on the backs of others.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, those backs of others are still underdeveloped.
Yeah.
But they're being told to do a certain thing, to grow their economies in a certain way, which may hinder their development. And because others grew on their back,
Yeah.
they lack the funds
Yeah.
to develop in the correct way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, from an Islamic point of view, there has to be an element of equity and justice
Yeah.
within and a rules-based system
Yeah.
within the world.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a
be
really
it
valuable point.
economically,
Yeah.
be it those who want to industrialize and how
Yeah.
they're going to do that in an equitable way. I heard someone recently, who was it? For the life of me, I cannot remember. Last week, someone, oh yeah, Gordon Brown. He was saying that OPEC should open a fund. And when we talk about OPEC, argument's sake, at least a third of them are Muslim majority countries. Yeah? He said OPEC should open a fund to give, ironically, 2% of their generated income on gas and oil revenues
Yes.
per annum, and that 2% should be redistributed to the developing world to allow them to industrialize and develop, but in the correct way in relation to climate change. Okay, so it's I don't know where you got this
No,
from.
I think I'll
It
give
sounds
you
familiar.
something more fascinating along with Brother Idris, what he mentioned. Islam promote this zakat system to make society balance, taking from rich, giving it to the poor. Another way, Islam is preventing some harm, economic harm. How? Islam telling the riba, the interest is haram, means forbidden, right? Why? It's making poor poorer. Imagine you go to a payday loan shop.
IMF, World Bank.
Yeah, payday loan shop, get £2,000. They will give you 30% interest rate. By the time you pay the first repayment, the capital amount goes high by £500. So you are already enslaved by the society.
For sure.
So now Islam cover both angles. One, Islam is giving you the prevention and protection of the wealth, at the same time saying to the richer community that you need to give you a share that Allah has given you to balance the society. Now you cannot find this practicality of any religion like this.
2008 credit crunch.
And look,
Did not affect-
the prescription was even given to Jesus Christ. Allah tells Jesus Christ to give zakat, and this continue. Even Moses, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These are the Islamic understanding. We just touched upon one thing. Islam has, if you look at all the areas, Islamic finance, inheritance, distribution, name anything, you will find the best solution providing by the Islam. Do you know why? It first makes the protection for the weaker one, and then the distribution should be based on equality, based on the identification, and looking at the totality of the picture, and gives you the solution.
Like, from an Islamic point of view, we believe in a free market.
Yeah.
Okay, but it has to be equitable and just.
Yeah.
We can't tamper within the free market. So the government should not tamper in relation to subsidies, things like that, where it will imbalance the free market.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're called, like Adam as a believer. Adam was called, you probably heard the term caliph. Yeah. One of the meanings of caliph is almost like viceroy, meaning God placed mankind with our ability to communicate and to understand and to innovate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to count and mathematics and all those lovely stuff. God has given us the faculties and the responsibility to not only improve our lives in a just way, but at the same way caring for the earth itself. Yeah. Caring for the animals and everything that it contains within itself. We should not take advantage and pillage the earth. It's got to be done in a sustainable manner to benefit us, the future generations, and God's creatures themselves.
I'll tell you one of the significant. Just
so much to think
I
about.
just wanted to give you one example before you think. In pre-Islamic period, just 1 second, in pre-Islamic period, they say,
Thank you so much.
okay, look after yourself. We give due to respect, we don't shake the hand, but
I appreciate your discourse.
but think about the.
I really appreciate your discourse. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very good.
Alhamdulillah.
Allah Akbar.
May Allah guide them to Islam, inshallah.
I mean,
Ameen.
she's got she's very. It's about the environment.